Every school across the Midwest has the same story. They just don't talk about it. It's always one student. Quiet, polite, always there. But no one remembers when they arrived. They don't appear on enrollment lists. They don't have a locker. No schedule. No last name. But you'll find them in yearbooks going back decades. Always in the second row. Always staring into the camera. Some say the student arrived in 1973. Others think it goes further back, but no photos before then remain. The old records? Most have been water damaged, burned in small office fires, or lost during accidental cleanouts. But one thing's consistent. Every time someone tries to investigate the student, something strange happens. Teachers often say they were a model student. Always on time. Neat handwriting. The kind who never talks unless spoken to. But when you ask what their name was, the teacher always pauses. Then says, "It's on the tip of my tongue." But it never is. One history teacher in Missouri tried to draw a seating chart from memory. Everyone's names came easily, except one. They marked that seat with a small question mark. Later that week, the teacher fell during class and broke 2 fingers. They said they tripped over something cold. But the floor was clear. In 1985, a substitute teacher in a Kansas high school called on the student to read aloud. The student opened their mouth and something came out. Not English, not Spanish, not any known language. Just low, gliding tones like old radio static, woven with something almost like words. The substitute never returned. Her car was found in a parking lot 20 miles away with the doors locked and the engine off. Inside, her belongings were folded into a perfect square and placed on the passenger seat. She was found 4 days later, sealed inside a supply closet at the school, knees drawn to her chest. Her eyes were open, but she wasn't alive. Since then, all new staff are given one simple instruction. If you see a student you don't recognize, don't ask questions. Just act normal. They never cause trouble, but they don't like to be noticed. In 1993, at Lincoln High, a boy named Dylan switched seats with the student on a dare. He laughed and told his friends, "Let's see what happens." What happened was silence. Dylan froze mid-laugh. He didn't blink. He didn't move. His classmates thought he was joking until he collapsed, foam on his lips. At the hospital, he just kept whispering, "They're still learning, they're still learning." Over and over. His fingers wouldn't stop tapping, as if writing something in a language no one could read. The doctors ran brain scans. They said his mind was active like he was dreaming, but he was fully awake. His parents tried to talk to him, but Dylan didn't recognize them. Instead, he asked where his real teacher was, the one with the quiet hands. In that same year, the janitor who tried to remove the desk assigned to the unnamed student was found standing inside a hallway closet, eyes open, mouth shut, completely still. When they pulled him out, he smiled and said, "I didn't move it. It's not meant to be moved." Photos of the classroom later showed something impossible. In every image, the student's desk was exactly where it always was. Second row. Center. But in real life, there was nothing there. Some students over the years have tried to talk to the anomaly. Most don't get far. A girl named Felicity once sat next to them and whispered, "Do you remember me?" The student turned and stared, not with anger, but with deep curiosity, like they were trying to understand why the question had been asked at all. Felicity didn't return the next day, or the next week. Her parents reported her missing. Police found her bike at school, still locked up. Her backpack was in her locker. Her phone was on the charger at home. Months later, her yearbook photo was discovered, but something was off. She wasn't smiling, and her eyes were slightly too wide, just like theirs. Worse still, some claimed there were now 2 students in that second row, both staring, both identical. If you believe the student is in your class, there's only one thing you can do. Sit quietly behind them. Close your eyes. Begin counting backward from 30. If you reach 10 without losing your place, you're safe. If you lose track, leave immediately. Don't look back. Don't ask questions. Don't try again. We interviewed a retired principal who worked in 3 different states. Each time, he saw the same student in his halls. Different name, same face, same quiet posture. He tried once to confront them in private, brought them into his office, closed the door. He opened his file cabinet to find their record, but it was empty. Just a mirror inside. A small, rectangular mirror where folders should have been. And in that mirror, he saw the student sitting behind him, even though he hadn't heard them move. He retired a week later. And every time he drives past a school now, he turns his eyes away. Some believe the student isn't a ghost, but something else entirely. Something learning. Something watching. Not haunting the school, but attending it. Observing us. Mimicking us. They've never missed a class, one teacher said, because this world is their classroom. If a classmate ever tells you, that kid's been in my class since forever, ask them to describe their face. They'll hesitate. They'll squint. Then they'll say something like, I can see them, I just can't explain it. That's your sign. That's your warning. No one's ever seen the student eat lunch or talk to anyone outside of class. They never graduate, never move, and no one has a memory of sitting next to them for long. Because when you're next to them, your memories start to change. You forget names. You forget what day it is. You forget why you walked into the room. Until the only thing you remember is them. Midwest Anomaly Division, Level 3 broadcast. Signing off. Do not speak to the student. Do not touch their desk. And for your own sake, do not ask their name.